Real honor to be here today, and I thank you for this. I came of age in the 1960s, a very turbulent decade. Civil rights movement, the assassinations of John and Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., the Beatles, the Vietnam War, Woodstock, the Nixon presidency, and a man on the moon. During that time, guys like me made commitments, and mine was that if I ever had the opportunity, I wanted to help others. As you heard, most of my professional career was as Chief Human Resources guy for Steve Wynn. I opened and helped operate all of his casinos in Las Vegas, Atlantic City, Mississippi, and China. And during that time, the recruitment programs that I managed attracted over 3 million applications. And from them, I hired 125,000 great employees. To say that I was flush with applications would be an understatement. But to think that I ever stopped looking for others would be a mistake. Here then are some stories of a few alternate recruitment strategies that I initiated and some lessons that I learned. 1989, we opened the Mirage. We had 55,000 applications for 5,000 jobs. And the year after we opened, we had high morale, low turnover. Everybody wanted to work for us. And one day I get a call from Steve Wynn's office, and he says, "Come on down, I want you to meet somebody." So I hustled down there, and while I'm going, I'm thinking, geez, this guy, Steve Wynn, he is the best recruitment magnet that any HR guy could ever hope for. And I go in, and he's talking to Frank, who is a Las Vegas city councilman. And Frank is saying he has a constituent that he'd like us to consider hiring. And I'm thinking, boy, this is great. Good referral. And he said, now, don't judge a book by its cover. What? He said, this guy was in a gang, and he went to jail for a few years. And, but he's out now, and his girlfriend's pregnant, and they're going to have a baby. And, he wants to go straight, and he wants to raise the kid normally. Well, bring him in, I say. So he goes out, and he brings in this guy. In the doorway is Tony, who's 6'3", shaved head, buff, probably from working out on the yard, I guess, I don't know, and one eye, and no eye patch. Jeez. Okay, so we're talking for a little while, and finally he looks at me and he goes, "You want to know, don't you?" "What?" He goes, "Knife fight." And I won. Oh, congratulations. Well, that broke the ice. I mean, we started talking, in depth after that, but I have to tell you, after about 15 minutes, he made a good impression.